You ready?
Hold it or you
Yeah,
No,
I'm
I got
ready.
it.
I'm ready to go now. Go for it, Spence.
Coach, you guys, like you said, made it a little bit more difficult, but to be able to kind of pull out these tight games down the stretch, how valuable is that for this team as you kind of learn and grow here throughout the season?
Well, that's what it's about. Being able to figure out how to fight through some tough adversity, being able to show some resilience, and that's what our guys did. And credit to Alabama State; they were a tough team. They really pushed us. Guys made some big shots down the stretch, and we had a guy like Cam Christian make a huge shot, and we kind of took off from there.
With as tight as this league looks to be, I mean, how big was it getting these two home games right here and sweeping against the Alabama teams and kind of setting yourself up in a good position here in conference?
Well, I think it was it's really big for us because we haven't started well the first two seasons. First season we started 0-3, second season 0-2 before we actually got going. So to be able to get going early, get a 2-0 start in the conference is really huge because you really got to take care of home. That's the most important thing in this league. Take care of home.
And you win your first two conference games, and like you alluded to, you're still trying to figure out what the rotation is, trying to figure out who's going to contribute at what particular positions. I mean, so these two wins are pretty big just when you consider that.
Yes, the main thing is that, we got two stalwarts coming back with Ivy Smith and Donte Jackson. Now, you got Prince Moss coming back, AJ Gasser, you got Trayvon Bunch, guys who've been around the program for a while. But now you bring in talented guys like Cam Christian, Kelton Edwards, and you got Terrion Randolph. Now you got to figure out how it's all going to mesh and when people should play, when they shouldn't play, and it's tough to be still trying to figure that out and work through your rotation. But in order to get better, that's what you got to do.
It's a good position to be in to have that wealth of talent on the team in order to get you through these types of games, especially early on in the conference.
Yes, that's the biggest thing is recruiting. That's the lifeline of college athletics. You got to go out and try to find the best players and try to figure out guys that's willing to buy into the family atmosphere and the brotherhood atmosphere because like a guy like Kelton Edwards, you start the game, but Cam Christian finished the game, and you out here cheering just as hard on the bench as if you was on the floor. So you got to find good guys and guys that's gonna come in and buy into the Grambling way.
I thought Cam, tonight's my first time seeing him, but pretty impressive, and I think he brings something on the perimeter to this team for you guys.
Yes, and that's what we've been kind of looking for. We've been looking for that guy that's going to be a big-time perimeter scorer night in and night out that we can kind of count in 15 points. You go in most games, Ivy Smith is going to be Ivy Smith. Donte Jackson is going to be Donte Jackson. Now he's got to find that wing player who's going to be that guy every night that we consistently can count on and run plays for and be able to help us stretch leads out.
Having a number of out-of-conference games and now selling into the conference play, do you feel that there's a good maturation between the first part of the game and then the first two games to the conference?
Yes. I felt really going into some of our non-conference games, we played really well. It's just that right now we're working on trying to play through scoring droughts, and that's part of understanding our personnel, who we want to go through, who needs the ball when, and when we can get different things. So going in non-conference, we played Marquette. It's a tit-for-tat game for 16, 17 minutes. Then all of a sudden, it's Marquette. They go on this 15-0 run before the half, and it is what it is. You're down 20. But you go play ULM. You play a really tough game, and then next thing you know, you find a way to win. So I think all those games helped us for this point in conference where guys are believing that they can play at this level.
All right, Coach, going into the road trip, the Alcorn Southern road trip is always going to be a tough one. What do you have the players look at going into this particular point of the game?
Well, right now, we'll take the day off. We'll come back. We'll review film on Wednesday. We'll get after it. And the first thing we're going to do is prepare for Southern. We only going to look one game at a time. We're only going to look at the first team we play. And, like I was just telling our guys beforehand, it's one of the biggest games of the year. You can circle your calendar for this one because they definitely circled for us. So we got to make sure we come in, compete at a high level, play well, and we got to make shots.